Hey, welcome back to another week of Through the Prism of Kris, and we've been talking on revival. We titled this series 312 Azusa Street because that's the physical address in L.A. where God showed up and brought revival in 1906. And the reason I say that is because He wants your home and your church to be the address that hosts the glory of God. Now, Saul Alinsky wrote a book called Rules for Radicals on how communists could overthrow the U.S. government. Well, I've got enough experience to give you a few rules for revival radicals today. And that is, number one, that you have to be radical to be biblical. Everybody in the Bible that did something for God was a radical. I don't care if it was Elijah or Moses. Even Jesus, his brother, said he's beside himself. In other words, he's out of his mind. Christ selected two apostles, James and John, and nicknamed them sons of thunder. Now, the word is Boanerges, Benai in Hebrew, which means sons, and then Rajes, we get the word rage from that. In other words, they were sons of rage. They were the rage. Now, radical comes from our word radius. So it means someone that's out on the radius or someone out on the fringe. A similar word would be eccentric. Ex, out from, and centric, out from the center. In other words, out on the edge. We have too many people today that are trying to be centrists and moderates when they need to be eccentrics because you have to be radical to be biblical. Number two, Tommy Tenney had a movement called God Chasers. Can I clue you in on something? God Chasers chase God. We have too many people that are on the chase. They're chasing money, chasing Hollywood, chasing fame, chasing girls, chasing gold, chasing glory, and not chasing God. David said in Psalm 63 and verse 8, "My soul follows hard after thee." And listen, Elisha would not get off Elijah's path because he wanted Elijah's power. You have to chase after the Lord. And then number three, the seeking it takes to find Him is the seeking it will take to keep Him. In Hebrews it says God is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him, not haphazardly or half-heartedly seek Him. Now listen, Jeremiah 23 and verse 13, "You shall seek me and you shall find me when you shall search for me with all of your heart." And that revival recipe in 2 Chronicles 7 and 14, "If my people will seek my face," not my pocket, how deep my pockets are, not seek my hand, got any goodies, not even seek my ear, will you hear my prayer, but seek my face, because the face of the Lord is the direction of the Lord, and the white hot holiness of the eyes of the Lord are seen when we seek His face. And then number four, you have to get the junk out to get Jesus in. One saying I remember from the Brownsville revival: lots of junk, no Jesus. Less junk, little Jesus. Little junk, lots of Jesus. No junk, all Jesus. Got to get the junk out to get Jesus in. Now that could mean junk in your schedule. It could be talking about video games, smoking, gossip. It might be talking about too much television. Can I tell you something? There is a brightness control on your TV set. Don't even bother turning it because you can't change the brightness of the people on TV. Okay, number five, we have to move from egocentric to theocentric worship. What do you mean? From me-centered to thee-centered. Years ago, we used to sing songs at church about me. Did you know that? I'll fly away, oh glory. I feel like traveling on. I shall not be moved. Those are all I-oriented. I is the middle letter of sin, the middle letter of pride. Listen, the songs today move from I, and instead we sing, "It's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus." From egocentric to theocentric. And then a sixth point, let me close here. You may have to do something ridiculous to get something miraculous. I'm giving you rules for radicals. March 7 times around the walls of Jericho, that's ridiculous. Spit into a lump of clay and stick it on the guy's eyes and say, "Go to the pool of Siloam and wash," that's ridiculous. Speak into an open mouth of a sarcophagus and say, "Lazarus, come forth," that's ridiculous. But almost every situation they had to do something ridiculous to get something miraculous. Do you want a miracle? Do you want revival? Then be willing to obey the rules of revival. I hope you're enjoying this series. Like if you like, share this with a friend, share it with your pastor, and let's experience a move of God. We'll see you tomorrow.